Guys, Queen Naomi's God is indeed a great God, and he is exposing all of them one by one. As many of them that are conspiring against Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife's return, standing as in working against their return, God is exposing them one after the other. They said Kabiyesi have just discharged these two elders from his council of elders. Reason is because when they come to Kabiyesi's face, they will pretend that they love Kabiyesi and they are they support his reign. They really want him to return back to the they really want Queen Naomi to return back to the palace. But when they go back, they will be fighting against that. And a lot of people are saying that the reason why they pretend to give their support in Kabiyesi's face is because Kabiyesi have adopted a new method that is either you are for me or you are against me. And if you are not for me, you will not be working with me, you know. So they said countless times he have dissolved his council of chiefs, especially those of them fighting against Queen Naomi's return. And when he dissolved them and choose new ones, those of them that are saying that this is not our culture, it is not going to happen, he will just push them aside and continue working with other group. So for that reason, a lot of people, they don't really want her, they don't want Queen Naomi to return, but they cannot show it. Instead, they will be doing underground work. You know, they will be working against Kabiyesi, you know, in a way that he will not know or find out. But we do know that nothing is hidden forever. Nothing is hidden under the sun. If you think it's a secret today, tomorrow it will come out. They are not just working spiritually. They are also working. They are not only working physically against this return. They are also working spiritually. You know, and all thanks to this Iyamifa that Kabiyesi brought to the palace, because they said the woman have been exposing their nyash one after the other. These two elders right now that you are seeing on the screen, they said that these two elders came to the palace very early. Even when they came, Kabiyesi have not come out from his chambers. They were demanding to see Iyamifa. This Iyamifa is the Angolan seer, diviner, that Kabiyesi brought in for the sake of Queen Naomi's return. Because a lot of things are going on right there in the palace, especially spiritual attack. And with this woman around, he is cutting down their wings one after the other. So on this day, they said these two came into the palace begging Iyamifa to please release their wife. Release their wife, please release their wife. Then everyone was like, release your wife. Is your wife in the palace? Besides, the woman in question is not a police officer now. She did not hold your wives. What is happening? Then, only then, they were just begging. They don't want to open their mouth and say what is happening. They were just begging the woman to please release their wife. Then, when Kabiyesi came out, and that was when they said the woman started explaining that these two men, that they are evil men, and they are working with their wife. As a matter of fact, their wife came into the palace last night as pussycats, and Iyamifa captured them and put them in a sack and tie the sack and keep them in a place. That right now, the men are begging her to release them because they know that they went out on that mission. As a matter of fact, they planned the mission with the wives, you know, just to go and attack Queen Naomi. You know that information have it that Kabiyesi passed through this purification yesterday. They said the purification was to release all the things that the wives have given to him to eat, both the ones that they have injected into him spiritually and physically, all the jars, all the manipulations and everything. Because they said without those ones taken away from him, that even after the palace cleansing, that they will still be manipulating him, you know, due to the fact that he has eaten it, it is in his inside of him. So before that, he has to go into through ritual process that and purification. And for that to happen, that Queen Naomi will be beside him. They said it was Queen Naomi and Dr. Elizabeth that were beside him when he was doing those things. And when they were doing that purification, they said he was vomiting a whole lot of things, both all their jars, all their kayamata, he vomited a whole lot of things. So that process took time, a whole lot of time. They said for hours, Kabiyesi was vomiting a whole lot. And the Yamifa said that when they gave him that thing was that moment they took away the protective charm. That was when they were able to penetrate him and make him eat some of the things that is still affecting him, both in decision and other things today. So, but after the purification and the ritual, that he is going to get himself fully back. So, they said that process took a whole lot of period, such that it entered night. So, a lot of them thought that Queen Naomi was going to pass the night because Queen Naomi was with them all through the process. As a matter of fact, Queen Naomi did not return back to Akure that night because it was very late already. But information have it that she did not sleep in the palace. So these people thought that she was going to sleep in the palace because they ended the purification and cleansing very, very late. They don't even know when they smuggled her out of the palace for her to go and sleep where she slept. So they thought she was going to sleep in that Yeyoluwa quarters. That was why these men, the two of them, because maybe they were around or they were part of the ritual, I don't know. But they know that Queen Naomi was in the palace. They now sent their wife, who are Witchy, to go and attack Queen Naomi that night. You know. So when they went there now, Iyami Osoronga was present, and they said the woman captured them and put them in a sack. Then it was morning. They were unable to wake up, and the elders know what happened. So that was why they said they closed the doors where their wives were staying and give a strict instruction that nobody should go and touch them or try to wake them. That they have not returned back from what they transformed into, because they according to the gist, they said that they transformed into cats and went on that attack, but they were unable to succeed, and they can't even return back. So when when Iyamifa explained all of this to Kabiyesi, that was why the two men have come to beg so that she will release their wife. They say Kabiyesi was like, hey, what more can these people do? Eh? What is it that he have done to them that they hate him and Queen Naomi that much? Anyway, the fact remains that the Kabiyesi have dismissed them from his council of chiefs, you know. But releasing the wives, I don't know. Nobody told us what happened in that part. Definitely, they will still release the wife because Kabiyesi have a very good heart. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget that these are all alleged information, okay? I do not live in the palace. I am just a blogger. When I get this information, I come here and share it with you. Always bear that in mind. Bye for now. Love you guys.